Hello, welcome back. Last time I finished Dungeons 2 and 3 and didn't get a single heart container for my efforts. So what's left? I still need the magic key, which is supposedly in Dungeon 6. Apparently I got a heart out of there already. I still need 5 hearts, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Dungeon quest. What? Uh-oh, what did I do? Okay. Does Dungeon Quest... Does one of these two... Like, is there a loot item, an extra loot item in only one of these two or something? Starting items and extra drops. Whoa. Okay, and also here's a Triforce diagram. 7 and 8 may be swapped. Okay, let's not go down that rabbit hole. I'm going to actually play the game here. Next dungeon up would be number 4, and where is that? Tracker, help me out. It's there, very close to home, so very close to home, right next to home. Should I heal first? What if I don't? I'll probably die. Well, maybe not. It's dungeon 4. Hang on, there are levers here. They have money and hearts and stuff. I'll do the amount of healing that these give me, which is 1 heart. Cool. Okay. Anyway, level 4. I'll just go forward and see what I get. This wall was pre-exploded. Right, that was explained to me at one point. I wouldn't be able to relay the explanation though, but it's a known behavior, which is kind of weird. This thing is complaining about the ladder again. Why are you complaining about the ladder? Also, lots of slowdown in this room. I don't know what loot to expect here except not magic key. Yeah, that's all I know, I think. Could be magic book. I don't have that yet. Could be... There's room for like one more thing up there. Red candle was required... melody was required for that. Whatever that means. Something that's blocked by a recorder. I think it said that it could be either a dig dogger in a dungeon or a dungeon that's only accessible via recorder. Right, I want a different thing equipped here. Oh, dual wield. Ha! Oh right, but that doesn't work on wizards. I forgot. Works on you, though. And you, but you're worth shooting. Ha. Well... you know what? Fine, I'll just sword you. How about that? In fact, I'll do better. Alright, anyway. Hey, that one pushes. Okay, so left center. So I do have a magical boomerang, finally. And that's great. Where is it? It's right after the wand. Okay. Therefore I'd press that button 6 times from here to get to the wand again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times. Right, of course. Wait, clank? Okay, right, so that was just from the wand projectile. So this is fine. So 3 dual wield hits to take you down. That works for me. So on my map, I am in the lower right corner. I'll bomb some walls, but this seems like an odd little... Okay, so this is one of the notches that was cut out of Dungeon 7, isn't it? So I didn't map that out in the tracker, so I can't go look at its shape right now. But I think I should expect 2 more of those, because of the layout of level 7. Rooms that just have nothing and are isolated. Okay. Dig Dogger, okay, so you're not actually blocking anything with that. So this doesn't seem like it's potential for the red candle to be hidden. So red ring melody, oh I can delete that now because I have it. Right, yeah, going in here with 3 hearts wasn't so bad because the red ring is something I have now. Everything just doesn't hit much. It's like going in with 6 hearts, kinda. So this is no longer applicable. Alright, so Triforce, I found it. You know what? That'll refill my health, sure. I'll clear this room first real quick. Hooah! Hooah! Now that fairy won't help me. It'll make the Triforce refilling a little quicker, I guess. Maybe. Alright, so got Dungeon 4 Triforce. Clink. Right, yeah, what is this complaining about with the stepladder? What is this complaining about with the stepladder? Like, the icon keeps coming up. Oops, Okay, so I'm hovering the stepladder and it doesn't tell me anything. I'm hovering this stepladder and it doesn't tell me anything. I'm hovering this stepladder and it doesn't tell me anything. I marked that I got it. Like, I don't understand what that little reminder that keeps coming up here is about. It just shows me the ladder, and that's all I know. So I guess I'll just ignore it. Anyway, so, boomerang's there, great. So got Triforce, didn't get either treasure. Apparently I'm expecting 2. Oh, I just had a thought. Could this mean... Could this maybe mean that this item will be on the floor, this item will be down some stairs? Maybe that's what that icon is. And in one of those, you know, you go down, you go over, you go into a little chamber here, rooms. That's probably what it is. So the stairs item and the floor item. Okay, did I figure it out? Maybe. That's my current guess. But it would make sense that there would be a floor item and a stairs item if the heart containers are just replaced by a random thing. And otherwise, like, dungeon layout's not affected by whether hearts are shuffled or not. Okay, I think I might have figured it out. That's a close enough match to the stairs. It doesn't quite look like stairs to me. I was unable to read the icon. But I think maybe I got it now. Okay, so some of my markings were a little bit inaccurate here. Now I understand how to do it better. Well, here's the Triforce room. Has a key in it. I'm shooting arrows. I'm trying to dual wield with the wanded sword, not with the bowed sword. How do you even do that? Amazing talents, this Link boy. Alright. Hoping for 2 heart containers, or just 1 might do, because 14 should be enough for this magic sword, maybe? Unless the randomization can make it cost more. It might only be less? I don't know. Oh, so apparently the, this graph over here that no longer displays, it only has enough space for 3 hours of stuff, and apparently it just stops after that. Once I hit the 3-hour mark, it stopped updating, then when I reloaded my file after having hit the 3-hour mark previously, it just didn't bother redrawing itself. Because, apparently, races for the randomizer are always over before 3 hours, so nobody plays this game as slowly as I do. And that makes me feel special. Or rather, I am not doing a race, I'm just doing a normal run with the randomizer. Yeah, Magic Sword would be real nice here. I'm looking forward to having that thing. Got a very defense-heavy, offense-light build right now. Which works, it's just slow, that's all. Apparently, the person who curated the seed for me finished it blind in an hour 20? I think I got that number right, and that is unfathomable to me. But I know there are a lot more techniques to this game that I don't know, and just like experience with the, whoa, look at this shape. Well, this one has 2 holes in it. I feel the need to check them. Yeah, just experience with the randomizer, I'm sure, makes a huge difference. And being that this is my first time, that's just how things go. Alright, so I need to go north somehow at some point. Is this the point? Could be. I'm gonna check over... Oh, or that could be it. Let's avoid spending a key, in case that's useful. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the black spots ever have anything. They haven't so far. The presence of that one little isolated room is making me think I'm just gonna stop trying for black spots because maybe they're just never a thing. After I'm done with this, I'm gonna check through the randomizer UI and see if I can learn some of the things about how it works. Would it ever generate something like an alternate bomb passage to get into this locked door? Like, maybe the dungeons are actually a little less maze-like in random... Well, there's probably a parameter for that. Because let's see, what do I know about this? This is Shapes, is the name of the dungeon generation algorithm being used here. I don't know what the others are, but it has something to do with how this is laid out. Yeah, you're just not being effective combatants. Also, this room had nothing for me. Oh, but it could lead to something. Old man, Goria grumbles with the ladder. So I could mark... Oh, so one old man is expected here, apparently. Alright, my position is V... space between rupee and bomb. Okay, so that highlights a little... So right here, just for fun, let's... Oh, that's not the entrance. Where's the entrance? 2 to the right and way down here. Okay, so unmark this. Unmarked. There's... but now the entrance doesn't mark itself. So, like, first one does that by default, but then if I unmark and re-click it, it doesn't. Okay, so you are an old man. How would I mark that if I did? Transport staircase. I might use this markup in level 9, given how maze-like those can be. NPC with hint, there we go. And one old man is marked there. Sure, so that's how that would go. Yeah, I will probably fully mark up level 9, just because of how I've seen how that goes. If I don't, let's use some bombs. Let's use a lot of bombs. Since they're all clustered up so nicely. I don't know if that was worth using that many bombs. That's what I decided to do, though. Where am I? I'm gonna need some bombs for getting around in here. There's an isolated room down there. I probably need to bomb north. I'll check the isolated room on the way back or something. Oh, it's the Ganon room! What?! So that can just generate in any random dungeon? Or maybe there's exactly one and it decided to be here. This is funny to me. That's great. Okay, so another bombable wall there. I should check it now. Well, I'm not gonna be kicked out of here by Triforce. So I will be walking my way out unless I save and continue. Do boomerangs just not hurt me on the way back? Hang on, I want to test this. And keep that Goria alive for a bit if I can. Wizard, go away. Ouch. Throw your boomerang. Yeah, so it's only on the way out that they hurt me. Then on the return trip, I'm immune to them. Huh. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Or at least that's what I take from that experience. Here we go, found a heart container. Exactly what I wanted. Good. Right. Heart container, that's the stairs item. Here we go. Okay, so sword is green. Tracker is telling me that 14 hearts is the maximum number that... This is not 14. It's 1 row plus 4. It's 12. I don't know why I always think the first row is 10. 1 row plus 4 hearts is the maximum number that it can require. Therefore, I can have the sword now. Did I fight a dungeon boss in here? I fought a Digdogger. It's real funny to me that the hints that are given still mean, like, what they mean as far as who shows up and which dungeon that means, but, like, that dungeon boss that's mentioned by hint givers just has perhaps never been the actual dungeon boss in any dungeon that I've gone to. Is like, what level is this? 4? Gleeok lurks in the Lost Hills, so I haven't seen a Gleeok in here. There could still be one because there's, what, 1 unexplored room? 2 unexplored rooms. Wait, 2 unexplored rooms. But yeah, no Gliok lurked in here, it seems like. Man, like, that is super arcane. But maybe, I don't know, it's, no, it's weird. Oh, no, never mind, I found a Gliok. Okay, so maybe I was mistaken, maybe they do always show up in the place. Are you immune to wand? You are not, so I can dual wield on you, and I will. Will I survive this encounter? Likely. I did. And there we go, got another heart. That's the on-the-ground item. Okay, cool. And there's one more room I want to enter. Dungeon 4 is done, all the way. No need to be here anymore except for the one room I want to explore. I'm gonna ignore you. Thanks for the fast text. You don't abduct me for as long. Your word breaks are in a funny place. It's not quite centered. Well, the word breaks were fine, but the spacing was weird. Yeah, hurting a bit. That'll help. When I do this room, I'll exit out, and then that will refill my health somewhat. And only take me like 2 screens away. Alright, so I have to fight in here. Wait, I just didn't go through the... No, I never went into this room at all? Question mark? Why haven't I been in here? I thought I was in this room. Exiting will no longer refill my health. So I guess in a race context, you would never enter a room like this if you found it in the order that I did, presumably. Unless you really need to get a key. I don't know. How fully would someone racing this game explore a dungeon in a case like that? Maybe you can fully explore everything in an hour 20. Again, that's just... I find that hard to imagine. I'd have to see it. I believe it, I just have trouble imagining it. Alright, so 6. Actually, no, I have other priorities. Travel. If I want to go to the... Actually, I should recorder, that'll be the quickest way. Recorder to level 1, I think? If I face left, what happens? I want to kill this moblin on the way, but I couldn't. This is level 8. So if I face right... There we go. Alright, new sword time. I will take that eventually. There we go. Thanks for the bombs. I'm all full now. I have barely had to ever buy any bombs. And that's nice. Alright, where am I going for this sword? Where am I on the map? I see where I am. It is 2 east and 1 south of where I am. Oh, these bombs. Alright, you quit that. Sure, whatever. Oops. Every time on the screen, never gotten through here without getting hurt by a lever. Sword. This is heavy, but I'm strong now. I am not. Never mind. Okay, so maybe the requirement can be higher. Or something? Or is there another requirement? Do the hearts have to be full? Huh. Okay, well, let's keep going with dungeons, I guess. Okay, so next one I want to go to is 6. Where is that? Up here, so don't leave this screen. It's up at Spectacle Rock. Okay. I already found a heart in there apparently, and I won't find another because there's a magic key. And let's see, I did Dungeon 7 fully, I did Dungeon 8 not fully, but I got the Triforce in it. Certainly don't want to go to Dungeon 9 without a magic sword. but I note that if I got the Triforce in level 6 I could. Up! Lever screen. I'm gonna get hurt. That's how it works. Alright, so, level 6. So I got the Triforce in here? Apparently it was in the first few rooms. It's very bright in here, unlike some of these other dungeons. Right, yeah, this was where I found that I might need the stepladder. So 4 stabs at that. Sure, that works. Okay, compass. Cool. Not really... Wait. No, I'm thinking of a different dungeon where I got the Triforce. I got a heart container here. Okay. The tracker would tell me that I'm saying lies, but I wasn't looking at it at that point. Huh? You're all the way over there. Yeah, you are. You don't want to get close to me. There we go. Oh, by the way, I am in level 6 right now. I guess it would have changed that when I marked that I had gotten an item in it, but otherwise it can't know unless I tell it. Alright, where am I going? So there's a stairway here. There's a door I never have to unlock. Let's take this stairway. Alright, whatever. One of these days I'm going to use that potion by accident as I'm going for the wand here. They're right next to each other. Alright, mini bombs. I am here. Doesn't mean anything to me in particular. I'll just go a random direction. Aqua Mantis awaits with the recorder. Right. Yes, so we know that already. Alright, hint guy, you know what? Sure, I feel like marking for some reason. V, bottom of rupee. I'm going to right-click and say this is NPC with hint. And I'm not going to bother marking the entrance. Stalfos not throwing swords, so they are in first quest mode here. Most of the things are in first quest mode, I have noticed. Like second quest editions, like walking through walls, just mostly haven't been a thing here when I've tried for them. The ropes weren't flashing. Yeah, I feel like I'm in first quest here. That's probably just a matter of how the randomizer is configured. And again, since I don't know my own flags, which is unusual, normally the player would configure their own flags, I imagine. Well, I'm getting the Triforce, I guess. Held by Pulsevice. If I were choosing my own flags. If there is one for Dungeon Boss always has Triforce, I would check that. Because it just doesn't feel right otherwise. Alright, well I'll take that. I'm a funny color. Well, this is fun. I guess normally, yeah, no, it'd be possible to get hurt while picking up the Triforce in the normal game. You just have to put down some candle fire. Oh, I got the Triforce, by the way. Is going to tell me to go fight Ganon. And then it's probably going to pester me about it non-stop until I go and do it. Get that sword. I can't! The sword is not available to me. Level 9 is open. Yeah, Ganon is open. Alright, so let's see how many times it tries to remind me. I think I can turn off those reminders, but I find it funnier to leave them and complain about them. Alright, you I'm gonna shoot with arrow. In theory. Got one. Got the other. Alright, so I might have to bomb here. I don't. This could push, I want to say, but it doesn't. Have I ever seen a pushable block in this room layout? I think I have. Okay, so it's not bombs here. Uh-oh, like. I don't like that. Yeah, rope not flashing. I'm gonna fight you from safely across this river. There we go. Could have done that with the rest of the enemies, but I didn't want to. So I'm expecting a magical key here. Somewhere. Ooh. I'm gonna save you from fighting across the river. Or something like that. Stairway this room, maybe? This is the sort of place that often has one. And I am looking for a... Am I looking for a stairs item, or was that in the... I don't know, I marked it before I knew how to mark those things. Alright, rooms I'm trying to reach. There are some in the north. I may have to go through a stairway to get there. That stairway is in this room, I think? No. This is a different stairway. Where does this go? Huh? Huh? Ah, there's the magic key. Okay. I had been in that room, like that was the one that was on my map, but I guess I just didn't go to the stairs. Okay, magic key. Got it. Level 6 done, it says. I don't say that though, because I haven't haven't stepped into all the rooms. Okay, so there are several that I haven't been to. Yes, Bubble, I hear you. You're in a narrow hallway and I can't avoid you. Imagine that room spawning with blue bubbles in it. No, red bubbles, right, that's what they are. I forgot which color is which. Maybe I was put into first quest mode just so I wouldn't run into situations like that. That makes some sense. Okay, so I might need to bomb from here. Nope. I might... no, I wouldn't need to bomb from over there, so I need to take the stairs. Yeah, I can just go south from here. Got it. Sure look forward to having this sword someday. Alright, cool. That was this room. That one over in the west I think I can just walk to, right? Magic key just popped up for some reason. Why? Am I supposed to do something with it? See, that one doesn't make any sense to me. Like, what could that possibly be reminding me about? Maybe this is some sort of misfire because of the graph not rendering anymore. I wonder, because I'm past 3 hours? I think it's more likely it's just something that's supposed to happen that I don't understand why it would be supposed to happen. That seems like what most of the things here are. There we go. Oh, there was a... Oh, hi Gleok, I'm inside you. So, is Dungeon 6 the Gleok Returns dungeon? No, this is supposed to have a Goma in it. I definitely have not seen a Goma anywhere in this entire playthrough. Unless there's one in this room, then that hint is definitely false. Oh! What? I guess you want my meat. Okay, well I have no reason to give it to you because you're not blocking anything. So that's the grumble grumble. Okay. I didn't think about that I hadn't seen that yet. Alright, well, I ain't giving you any. So you have to get your own. Alright, I'm out here. So all that's left is items in level 8, I guess. There'll be heart containers. And unless all 3 of those are hearts, then at least one heart's going to be in level 9. There'll be the magic book somewhere. And what else is left? I never got the wooden... No, I did get the wooden boomerang. Red candle. Melody to obtain red candle. So red candle's in level 8, I think is what that's saying. Got it. Okay. Alright, well cool. Those are done. Next time, level 8, Beyond the Triforce, and hopefully get that sword. I'll see you then.